All right, what's going on, guys? I think it's finally over. We are on the final chapter of this absolute circus that has been going on over the past week on Twitch. At this point, it feels a little redundant to have to do a recap, so I'm going to do a very quick, basic one. Basically, Twitch put out a terms of service update to protect all of the just chatting e-girls. However, with this update, they basically said they enabled all forms of artistic nudity. That is their words, not mine. What does that mean? I don't really know. It's not very clear. But with this new update, people were just going wild on Twitch all of yesterday. The VTubers and the just chatting girls and the artists and like all those groups of people were just going live, and they were drawing hentai and furry nudes and just wild stuff that certainly Twitch does not want on their platform. Just absolutely absurd streams. A lot of them were getting banned, and they were confused because according to the updated TOS, technically they thought that would be considered under the artistic nudity label or whatever. So that is the very quick summary of the situation. If you want the full details and context, just watch my last video and the one before, and I guess even the one before that. We're on part 4, I guess, technically. I just don't want to sit here and keep repeating things because I know a lot of people are like caught up with the situation. So fast forward to today. We talked about this in yesterday's video. I kind of already expected this to happen because there was just no way they were going to let all those type of streams continue on the platform. So they are putting a stop to that real quick today. They put this tweet out basically saying that they are going to be making some additional changes to the TOS. If you go to the actual link that they posted with the article, you will see exactly what they did. I would like to note that this article is actually written by Dan Clancy, and if you didn't know, Dan Clancy is the actual CEO of Twitch. So this was a pretty serious update, right? They got the actual CEO to step in and say something about it. So I'm not going to read this entire thing, but I am going to read some of the more important aspects of it. So it says, first, we want to make clear that some streamers in response to this update created content that was in violation of our new policy. We've worked quickly to remove that content and issue channel enforcements. I'm assuming they're talking about all the furries and hentai with that part. Then they said, however, there was also a great deal of new content that was allowed under the updated policy. Much of the content created had been met with community concern. These are concerns we share. Upon reflection, we have decided that we went too far with this change. Digital depictions of nudity present a unique challenge. AI can be used to create realistic images, and it can be hard to distinguish between digital art and photography. So I guess there was some other like borderline stuff that maybe they felt could be okay, but they saw community backlash is what they're saying. Either way, they're getting rid of it now. So now it says, effective today, we are rolling back the artistic nudity changes. Moving forward, depictions of real or fictional nudity won't be allowed on Twitch regardless of the medium. This restriction does not apply to mature rated games. So they're rolling back the changes to kind of how it used to be. And then this last part I thought was kind of funny. I just wanted to add this in as well. It says, while I wish we could have predicted this outcome, part of our job is to make adjustments that serve the community. I apologize for the confusion that this update has caused. I mean, I think it's kind of crazy for you to say that you couldn't have predicted this because like literally the moment these changes were announced, the whole community predicted this. Like we all knew what was going to happen, right? I find it hard to believe that they didn't think people were going to take advantage of these new rules. I mean, it was just so obvious to pretty much anyone who's ever been on the internet what was going to go down. I don't know, maybe they didn't expect people to go as crazy as they did because it was pretty bad. If you went on my Twitter yesterday and looked at some of those pictures, like it was some pretty wild stuff, I will admit, and it was only the first day. So if they didn't put a stop to it, I could only imagine how much worse it was going to get. But I wouldn't be surprised if they already got a couple phone calls from the advertisers and they're like, hey, we noticed that our ads are playing on a stream of a man in a wolf costume who is drawing cartoon wolves with penises and ball sacks. Like it's probably some 50-year-old man. He probably doesn't even know what a furry is. So like he sees, his company's ads playing on that stream and he's just about to have a heart attack. So I kind of feel like they were already contacted by the advertisers because they usually don't respond to things this quickly. They reverted these changes within like 24 hours. And they had the actual CEO do the statement for it. I went and checked their previous articles. None of the other articles were written by the CEO. Usually it's like this other woman who writes it for them. So I think this one was a little bit more serious. And as far as the actual changes, basically they said they're just allowing like no nudity whatsoever. It doesn't matter, real, fictional, anything. I think that's just how the rules used to be. Like they're just kind of reverting it back to how it was. There is an exception if it's an M-rated game. I think it has to still be like a specific scene or something. Like you can't just have like a wild game if like something pops up when you're playing a game like GTA when you go to the strip club or whatever, but it can't just be like the whole focus of the game. You know what I mean? Like there is a difference there. Now what I think is kind of hilarious about the whole situation is the girls who this whole change was originally created for never even got banned after the change, right? Like I went and checked literally as I'm making this video right now on Twitch. It's about 1 o'clock. I see a few of them live right now on Just Chatting doing the cutoff camera, angle nude streams or whatever. So I don't think any of them got banned, but all the artists got banned. And I can't say we're really surprised. Like the Just Chatting girls have always received special treatment on Twitch. It's actually crazy how all of this played out, right? The Twitch staff or whoever was in charge of these updates or whatever, they were so desperate to protect these girls from getting banned. They rushed out as quick as they could to put out an update to the TOS without even thinking for a second like, hey, wait, what are the consequences of this, right? So then they get threatened by the advertisers and they quickly ban all the people who were technically following the new TOS and then reverted all the changes back and then left all the Just Chatting girls alone. Like that's crazy, man. Like what the fuck is going on here? We almost lost the advertisers on Twitch, just like what happened with YouTube. We were gonna have an adpocalypse demonetization situation on Twitch because of these fucking losers who are so horny to defend these Just Chatting girls. They didn't want them getting banned anymore. They had to change the TOS. Like what the hell is going on here, man? What a fucking series of events. So at the end of the day, I guess we're all back to normal now. This has been a fun week watching this all play out, but I think this is the end, right? I don't think we're going to be seeing any more updates after this. So with that being said, that is pretty much it for the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, rating if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're not already. Follow me on Twitter. Links in the description down below. Check out my last video if you missed it. It was just showing, well, not showing, but talking about all the wild streams that I was seeing after they had originally pushed out this update. So if you wanted to see some of the examples of that, you can go see it in that video. But once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good day and peace out.